By far, one of the craziest charts across any market right now is the NVDA chart. NVDA has gone from $11 at the end of 2022 all the way up to $140 just recently. And why am I bringing this up? Well, it's because everything is connected. Stocks, crypto, it's all traded in fiat currency. So activity from speculators is intertwined across markets. Right now, NVIDIA has just dropped back down below Microsoft as a top corporation. It was in the #1 spot this week, but now today it is down below Microsoft. And Apple is also down 2% today. Apple makes up a large weight for the S&P 500. And so flipping over to the daily chart for the S&P 500, we did have a red day. Now, this is not necessarily all too significant. Why? Because we are still well above the trend line. The S&P has not seen a rejection candle just yet. A reversal candle would be something that actually breaks and closes below the trend line and gives us a lower high, a push down, etc., etc. Right now, we're still sitting pretty within this trend, but NVIDIA has given the market a little bit of a shake up today. Just wanted to give some context on why the market is behaving the way it is today. Now, flipping back to Bitcoin, we can see that today's daily candle, we saw a big bounce earlier today in the short term, and we gave up all of those gains. Why did that happen? Was it random? No, everything is interconnected. If you look at Bitcoin's chart, things were looking good. We were trending up and then huge move down. You can see right as the stock market opened, Bitcoin started to tumble as well. And of course, people are going to say, but look, Bitcoin was dropping before the S&P opened right here. So it's not correlated. Well, actually, if you open up the S&P 500 futures market, you can see that the futures market was dipping right into the open. They were both trending up. And then as the futures market began to tumble, Bitcoin snapped into correlation with the stock market for the day, the intraday price action. That is why the market is behaving the way it is today. Everything is connected. And so it is always important to be looking at the stock market. They're not always doing the exact same thing, but on large time scales, they are directionally correlated, directionally. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick refresher on that correlation analysis. It's one of the things that I've studied the most as an analyst is the Bitcoin stock market correlation. But nonetheless, Bitcoin is still in a higher low trajectory. A lot of people always ask the question, they say, are we in a bull market? Is this still a bull market? Well, if you put your opinion aside for a moment and you just look at the chart, just look at the chart and the chart only, what do we see? What we see is a series of higher lows. This is an uptrend. This is a bull market. By definition, Bitcoin is right near the all-time high. Bitcoin is about 14% away from a new all-time high. This is a bull market, guys. And Bitcoin is still in a position to put in another exponential higher low, which would be part of a parabolic trend, though there's an argument right now to be said about the parabolic trend that we may be breaking down out of it. Now, a parabolic trend is not a requirement for a bull market to take place. It is just a specific style trend. A parabolic trend, an exponential trend. And what is the significance of the parabolic trend? Why is it important? It's important because it gives you a certain trajectory, which is based on a certain level of momentum. The importance of a parabolic trend line is to simply maintain momentum. It's not a requirement. If the parabolic trend breaks down, it doesn't mean that it's a bear market. Bitcoin, in theory, could just go sideways until the end of the year and then go up later. It doesn't mean it has to be a bear market. It means that the momentum would be shot if we do actually break down. Now, the current parabolic trend is showing a weekly candle below the trend line, which is a signal that if this weekly candle closes below this trend line, well, then we may have a decrease in momentum. A break of the trend means we are losing that previous levels of momentum that we had running up to this zone. That is why the parabolic trend matters. It's a matter of momentum. So are we going to maintain the momentum to reach that 90,000 target sooner rather than later? Well, that is what keeping track of this trend line is really all about. And here is the textbook diagram next to the current price action. Bitcoin is still looks like a spitting image of this parabolic diagram. though we do have a slight dip below the trajectory. So we can't determine what has happened yet until this weekly candle closes, because a good weekly close, if we had some miraculous pump and it became a weekly bullish engulfing candle, well, then we'd be looking pretty good right there. We'd probably end up punching up to 90,000 sooner rather than later, maintaining our trajectory, our momentum. That's what this is all about. So just want to make it clear that it's not a requirement for a bull market. And also I want to make it clear that this is not my bull cycle peak target right now. This is the current parabolic trend target. And if we got there sooner rather than later, that may result in a big breakdown, sideways action, and then going up even further later on, going into 2025. And going back to the log scale chart, this is still an uptrend by definition. Regardless of the parabolic trend, this is still a series of higher lows. As of right now, Bitcoin is sitting pretty in the clouds, 13 or 14% away from the all-time high. Bitcoin specifically is performing extremely well. Bitcoin is performing as good as it possibly can without breaking the all-time high. That's the truth. Now, your altcoins may not be doing that, but that doesn't mean Bitcoin isn't doing well. Bitcoin is doing fantastic. Fantastic. If you're just holding Bitcoin, you should be very happy right now. Remember that everything is connected. So if you guys want a better idea of what could be happening in the market at any given moment, keep an eye on the S&P, currently NVDA, Microsoft and Apple, the top players. There's a lot of money right now shifting in and out of NVIDIA and top tech stocks and AI and all these things. So this is gonna play a role for speculators, because speculators use the stock market to gauge their own confidence for speculating on high-risk assets such as Bitcoin. And last but not least, the 128-day SMA. This moving average, the 128-day SMA, has played a very significant role in previous cycles. If you just look back in time, if you look back at 2015 and you look at the 128-day SMA, it captured the entire bull run, and it was the main support bounce in 2017 multiple times. It also captured the resistance levels of the 2018 bear market. It captured the pre-2019 breakout levels, and also it captured the breakdown of 2019. It was that breakdown level. And it just goes on and on. COVID was a little bit wacky, but it captured the entire main part of the 2021 bull market. It captured the breakdown point. And also it was a main support bounce in 2021 right there. It also captured the breakdown candle for 2022, and we remained below it for most of 2022. And we also bounced off of it here in March of 2023. And you just keep going. We actually just bounced off of it here in May of this year. So this is a very important moving average. It can sometimes signal major pivots in the market. Bitcoin has seen a little bit of fake out below it in 2023, so it's not necessarily perfect, but it is an important moving average, and we are currently attempting to hold it right now for Bitcoin. This is where the bulls are fighting for, the 128-day SMA. So keep an eye on that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that is it for today, guys. Be sure to sign up for Kraken Pro using that link below. They are the #1 rated exchange globally for safety. Kraken has been around since 2011. 2011. A lot of exchanges come and go, but Kraken remains. Sign up for Kraken Pro, use that link below. And if you want to support this channel and get extra content, have direct access to me in the Discord, join the Patreon to gain access to my Discord. And I'll see you guys in the next video.